The invisible battle for your reality. A saga of how to wake up and take hold of the remote control to your world. Chapter 1. The Call. A crack in the grey wall. Do you know how giants wake up? Not from a roar. They are awakened by silence. The very silence that falls when the usual hum of everyday life suddenly dies down, and you are left alone with a single question. Is this all there is? Imagine Alex. He is not a loser. He has a job, an apartment. He drinks coffee in the morning and looks out the window. But one day, on a very ordinary Tuesday, he notices a crack. Not in the wall. In his reality. He is stuck in a traffic jam, for an hour, then a second. And suddenly it dawns on him, he has voluntarily locked himself in a metal box to spend 8 hours of his life on something that brings him no joy, for money that is never enough. This is not an epiphany. It is a click, a trigger, a call. This call comes to everyone. You have heard it. It's that feeling when you watch a cool movie or read a book, and something tightens in your chest. Not envy. A longing for your own possibility. It is your higher self knocking on the door of your consciousness and whispering, "Hey, out there, there is something more. Wake up." Most people brush it off. It doesn't hurt to dream. And the door slams shut. But some, like our Alex, decide to open it. Even if just by a millimeter. This millimeter is the most dangerous and important decision in life. Because, having opened the door a crack, you can no longer pretend you didn't see what's behind it. Chapter 2. The first rule of the universe. You are not a human. You are a radio station. And so Alex begins to search for answers. And he stumbles upon the most shocking idea. Everything he considered himself to be, his body, his thoughts, is just the tip of the iceberg. The real him is something grand. Let's be frank. You think you are skin and bones? Forget it. A scientific fact that blows your mind. The energy contained in the atoms of your body is enough to light up a multi-million city for several days. You are not a beggar at the doors of the universe. You are a walking Big Bang who humbly asks life for a salary raise. It sounds like a bad joke. Imagine. Every atom of yours is a tiny sun, around which electrons whirl at breakneck speed. You are not solid. You are a pulsating, glowing clot of pure energy. If we could see in the true spectrum, we wouldn't walk the streets, but swim in an ocean of shimmering, luminous silhouettes. Every person is a glowing phantom, carrying their own unique color and sound. And here is the main thing. Your thoughts are not just pictures in your head. They are commands you shout into this energetic ocean. Every thought, every emotion is a tuning of your internal radio. When you are in fear or anger, you vibrate at a low, guttural frequency. You are Radio Wine FM, broadcasting about problems. And the universe, like an obedient radio receiver, catches this frequency and answers you in kind, with more reasons for fear and anger. But when you are in joy, in gratitude, in a state of love and confidence, your frequency soars. You become Station Flow TV, transmitting power and abundance. And the universe immediately changes the program in response. It begins to toss you opportunities, the right people, unexpected money. This is not a whim. It is a law. Physics. Like gravity. Jump off a roof, you will fall. Vibrate at the frequency of a loser. You will get the life of a loser. Chapter 3. The enemy within. The jailer named Autopilot. Alex's first enemy on this path is not his boss, not the economy, not a lack of time. His main enemy sits in his head. Its name is Autopilot. It is the totality of all your habits, beliefs, and programs loaded in childhood. Parents said, money comes through hard work. School instilled, Be like everyone else. Society drones. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And your mind, like an obedient computer, installed this operating system. Life is a struggle. For 1.0. And now you live on autopilot. You are a bio-robot with pre-installed software. Your morning, your route to work, your reactions. This is not your choice. This is a program launch. The autopilot leads you in a circle, like a horse on a carousel. You run, you puff, but you stay in place. And the most terrible thing is that this program knows how to defend itself. When you try to step outside the boundaries, it turns on the saboteur. Where do you think you're going? You won't succeed. Stay in your comfort zone. It's safe here. The comfort zone is not about comfort. It's about familiarity. It is a prison, the walls of which you have stopped noticing. And to get out, you need to commit the first act of disobedience. Make a decision. Chapter 4. The power of decision. The moment you become the director. A decision is not "I will try." It is a point of no return. I am the one who. So Alex takes a card. Not for a check mark. This is his declaration of independence. He writes, I am a magnet for abundance. I earn 300,000 rubles a month doing what I love. And he doesn't just write it. He declares war on his autopilot. At first, nothing happens. Or rather, the same thing happens. The autopilot rebels. What 300,000? Have you lost your mind? But Alex is stubborn. He begins to practice. Not a mechanical practice. A magical one. He sits in silence, closes his eyes and begins to lie. To lie so convincingly that his subconscious begins to believe. This is the very technique that Neville Goddard spoke about. Alex doesn't just picture an image. He immerses himself in the state. He feels what it's like to have this money. Not euphoria. Rather, a deep calm. A feeling of confidence and security. He feels the weight of the imaginary bills in his hand. Feels the wrinkles of worry smooth out on his forehead. He hears himself saying to his wife, "It's all good. I've handled it." He doesn't wait for this feeling. He evokes it now. By the power of imagination, he becomes the director of his inner movie. And he is not shooting a trailer for maybe someday. He is shooting a full-length blockbuster. I already have this. And every time he immerses himself in this state, he sends the most powerful signal into the energy field of the universe. Tune in to me. I am already here. Chapter 5. The Alchemy of Action. When the universe starts to play along, magic doesn't work without action. Action is not fuss. It is a ritual that confirms your new faith. After a week of practice, a strange idea comes to Alex's mind. One he had long suppressed. To open a small event planning studio. He always knew how to cheer people up. Before, the autopilot would have immediately said, "Nonsense. Risky. You can't handle it." But now Alex hears a different voice. The voice of the director. Interesting. Let's explore. And he takes the first, tiny step. He doesn't quit his job. He simply creates a group on social media. Writes the first post. This is his first action in a new role. Not Alex the office manager, but Alex the event organizer. And then a miracle happens. Not an obvious one. A bag of money doesn't fall from the sky. But his school friend, whom he hasn't seen for 5 years, suddenly writes to him. "Hey, could you help us with a corporate party?" This is the first response from the universe. The first sign that radio station Flow TV has started broadcasting, and someone has heard it. Alex grabs this chance. He runs that corporate party as if it were the opening of the Olympic Games. He invests all his new energy, joy, and confidence into it. He doesn't work. He creates. And people feel it. They thank him not only with money but with a special, glowing look. Then comes the second order. The third. The money is still small, but it's no longer a salary. It is an energy exchange. Payment for his unique vibration. His autopilot still grumbles, but its voice is quieter now. It is being drowned out by the hum of a new, accelerating life. Chapter 6. The New World. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are their creator. A year has passed. Alex no longer takes every job he chooses. His studio is known. His income long ago crossed the coveted 300,000. But that is no longer the main thing. The main thing is that he has woken up. He no longer looks out the window with longing. He looks at the world as a playing field full of opportunities. He realized that the only real enemies are weak attention, the inability to hold focus on the desired, and poor imagination, the inability to believe in the impossible. You are not an extra. You are not a background character in someone else's movie. You are the director. And your remote control is your attention, your intention, and your willingness to act when the universe sends you a sign. Your journey does not begin tomorrow. Not when the crisis is over or when you have time. It begins with one question. The very one that Alex asked himself in a traffic jam on a grey Tuesday. Chapter 7. The Fortress of Fear. How to storm walls that don't exist. So, our Alex is no longer the same. He has tasted his power. But any elevation is like climbing a mountain. The higher you climb, the thinner the air and the stronger the wind. The wind of old habits. Imagine a fortress. Huge, gloomy, built of black stone. Its name is Comfort Zone. The walls of this fortress are not stone, but compressed fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of the unknown. And this fortress has a chief guard, the inner critic. That nasty dwarf with the face of your old pay teacher or a perpetually dissatisfied aunt. He sits on your shoulder and continuously mutters, "I told you so. It's all in vain. Look at them. They succeeded because their dad is an oligarch. And who are you?" When Alex got his first serious order that could take him to the next level, the critic was the first to screech, "You can't handle it. You'll mess up. They'll all see you're a fraud." These are not thoughts. This is an attack. A virus trying to infect your newly launched faith processor. And here Alex takes a key action. He does not try to storm the wall with a scream. No. He acknowledges its existence. He says to himself, "Yes, I am scared. I feel this cold lump in my stomach. This is my wall. This is my guard." And then he does what he has never done before. He does not listen to the dwarf. He thanks him. "Thank you for trying to protect me from potential pain. But your services are no longer needed." And he turns his back on him. He shifts all his attention not to the fear, but to the tiny image of the desired result. To the face of a happy client. To the feeling of pride in a job well done. He starts cranking up his new frequency, the frequency of confidence, right in the middle of the chaos of panic. This is the magic. Not to ignore fear, but to acknowledge it and consciously choose another, more powerful vibration. Every time you do this, you rip one black stone out of the fortress wall. And one day you find that you can simply walk through it, because it has become ghostly. Chapter 8. Ecology of Thought. What are you feeding your inner giant? You are what you eat. This applies not only to food. Mostly, it applies to information. Your mind is fertile soil. What are you planting in it? Alex understood this quickly. While he was habitually scrolling through his social media feed, full of negative news and gossip, he felt his energy draining away like sand through his fingers. He was feeding his inner critic fast food made of other people's tragedies and catastrophes. So he went on an information diet. A strict one, like an athlete before the Olympics. He unsubscribed from all public pages and people who sowed anxiety, irritation, envy. He subscribed to motivating channels, to stories of people who had succeeded. He started listening to himself. If after consuming some content he felt a surge of strength and faith, it was healthy food. If he felt emptiness and melancholy, it was poison. He understood. His mind is a garden. Either he himself plants flowers in it, conscious, positive thoughts, images of success, or weeds will grow there on their own. And these weeds will be tended by anyone who can't be bothered. The media, toxic acquaintances, his own old programs. He started weeding his garden every morning. 10 minutes of silence. Not meditation in the lotus position, although that's great too, but just conscious observation of thoughts. Aha! Here's the thought that I can't cope. Hello, old friend. But I'm not feeding you. Goodbye. And he returned his focus to his goal card, to his visualizations. He fed the giant inside himself only the best food. Chapter 9. The Language of the Gods. How your words create worlds. Alex noticed one thing. His language had changed. Before, his lexicon was full of garbage. I'm trying, a veiled form of I give myself the right to fail. I hope. Shifting responsibility to blind fate. I can't. A sentence to oneself. It's impossible. A limitation for the entire universe. He declared war on these words too. He replaced them with words of power. I am doing or I choose. I am confident. I am solving this problem. How can I accomplish this? Does this seem trivial? It is everything. You are a hostage of your vocabulary. Every word you utter is an affirmation, an incantation. When you say I'm shocked about a trifle, you really do plunge your nervous system into a state of shock. When you say I have no choice, you voluntarily put on handcuffs. Alex began to monitor his speech. At first it was agonizing. The old verbal weeds popped up on their own. But gradually his language became clean, clear, and strong. He noticed that the world around him became clearer and more understandable. People began to perceive him differently, as a person who knows what he is saying. A word is a vibration brought outwards. First you change the words, then the words change you, and then you change reality. Chapter 10. The Alchemy of Failure. How to turn the lead of defeats into the gold of experience. And yes, Alex screwed up. More than once. There was an order where he underestimated the complexity and almost missed the deadline. There was a client who refused to pay. The old Alex would have used this as proof of the inner critic's rightness. See? I told you. Get back to your hole. But the new Alex acted differently. He asked himself just 2 questions. 1. What did this situation teach me? Answer. Draw up contracts more carefully and assess my capabilities more realistically. 2. What is the next, smallest step I can take to move forward? Answer. Create a contract template and find an assistant. Failure ceased to be a verdict. It became a data collection point. Teaching material. You don't call a student who made a mistake in a dictation a failure, do you? You point out the mistake so they don't repeat it. Alex learned to treat himself like a wise teacher, not an executioner. Every failure he met with such an approach did not weaken him, but tempered him. He literally devoured problems and digested them into the muscle mass of his experience. His confidence became not feigned, but ironclad, forged in real battles. He was building his new reality not just from the light of visualizations, but from bricks, some of which were fired in the kiln of failures. Continuing to write without stopping. we delve into the very essence of the battle. Chapter 11. The Quantum Observer. How your attention creates reality. You've surely heard of quantum physics. That the very fact of observing a particle influences its behavior. It used to be the domain of scientists in laboratories. But what if this law works in your life too? What if you, literally with your attention, cause probabilities to collapse into your reality? Alex encountered this in practice. When he focused on a problem, it inflated like a soap bubble. When he switched his attention to the solution, to the image of a successful outcome, as if by magic, resources, people, and opportunities were found. This is not mysticism. It is the work of your consciousness as that very quantum observer. You are constantly observing something. Your thoughts, your fears, news about a crisis, or your goals and dreams. What you look at, you amplify. Your attention is a spotlight beam in the dark. If you shine it into a pit, you see only the pit. If you raise the beam and illuminate the road with it, you see the way forward. The universe is like a quantum soup of countless probabilities. Your dominant thought, backed by emotion, is the command: manifest this reality. When Alex thought, "I am a failure," he manifested a reality where he lost clients. When he began to think and, most importantly, feel himself a successful organizer, he manifested a reality where clients found him on their own. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are an operator, choosing a channel from billions of possible ones. Right now, what do you choose? Chapter 12. The Alchemy of the Heart. Why willpower alone is not enough. Many say, you have to think positively. And you try. You squeeze yourself like a lemon to squeeze out joy. But inside, a splinter of fear still sits. A familiar story? Willpower is consciousness. But your deep vibrations are determined not by consciousness, but by your emotional state. You can repeat affirmations as much as you want, but if you feel worthless at the same time, the universe will hear not the words, but the vibration of worthlessness, and will answer it. The heart is not just an organ. It is the most powerful energy center. Its electromagnetic field is thousands of times stronger than that of the brain. And it is the main transmitter of your signals to the universe. Therefore, the most important work is not replacing thoughts. It is raising the vibration of the heart. How to do this? Forgiveness. An old resentment is an anchor tying you to the low frequency of the past. By forgiving, you are not justifying the offender. You are releasing the anchor and allowing your ship to sail on. Love and gratitude. The highest vibrations in the universe. Find moments for quiet joy. Remember someone you love. Feel the warmth spreading through your chest. This is the very tuning. Service. When you do something not for yourself, but for others, from the heart, you go beyond your ego. The ego vibrates at frequencies of fear and separation. The spirit, at frequencies of unity and love. By serving, you connect to a source of incredible strength. Alex understood this when he started making his celebrations not for a checkmark, but to give people real joy. He invested love into his work, and people came back to him again and again, feeling this energy. His business became not just profitable, it became an energy exchange, based on the highest vibrations. Chapter 13. The Magician's Tools. Practices for daily tuning. You wake up and think it's just morning. The sun peeks through a crack in the curtains, your phone vibrates with predictable notifications, the coffee smells familiar. Pulse, roots, expectations. Everything seems familiar, tangible. But in this feeling of familiarity lies a trap. You accept the world as a given, not as a creation. You think you live in what circumstances give you, in what external noise broadcasts. In fact, behind the scenes, an invisible battle is going on for who will hold the remote control to your reality. The remote is not a little gadget with buttons. It is the ability to choose the framework of perception, the language of thought, the rules for interpreting events. It is the skill of turning off the effects of someone else's program and turning on your own channel. In this saga, and in this practical guide, we will travel from the sleep of habit to the awakening of conscious choice. We will meet those who help and hinder, learn the rules of the game, and master the tools with which a person can reclaim authorship of their own life. The world is designed to save energy. The brain prefers routes it has taken hundreds of times. Society prefers patterns that simplify interaction. Media prefers formulas that work for commercial effect. All this economy is convenient, until it becomes a cage. Habit is a magnet that pulls attention to the same point again and again. It forms filters: what you notice, what you believe, how you act. Over time, habitual reactions seem like the language of reality, and you begin to perform them on autopilot, unaware that your map of the world is limited, and that it lacks many alternatives. Understanding the mechanics of habit is the first step. A habit consists of a triad: a trigger, signal, a routine, behavior, and a reward, sensation of reward. If you can recognize triggers, you can intervene in the chain, and then the remote is in your hands. It is also important to see what rewards actually lie behind the behavior. It may not be pleasure, but a sense of security, belonging, or avoidance of fear. Exercise: follow the magnet for a day. Note the triggers that launch automatic reactions. Write down what happened, what you did, what rewarding emotion you felt. After a week, it will become clear which scenarios keep you in the same reality. You think you are writing the scripts? Often the roles are already assigned: family scripts, cultural meanings, professional archetypes. Behind every script are people, institutions, technologies, and stories that reproduce themselves through you. The directors are those forces that benefit from seeing you in a certain role: an obedient consumer, a hero of perpetual crisis, an anxious citizen. Media is a powerful director. They form agendas, determine which emotions will be in fashion, which dangers will be in the foreground. But the director can also be inside you: your beliefs, your parents' stories, university lectures. All this frames you. Awareness is the ability to recognize the director and decide whether to keep his script or rewrite the scene. Exercise scene inside out. Choose one recurring situation: a conflict, a fear, a habit of wasting time. Identify the external voices. What exactly do you hear inside? Write down where this voice might have come from: parents, a teacher, advertising, the collective. After that, come up with an alternative version of the scene where you play a different character, a conscious, choosing one. Try playing out the new version mentally or in a diary. Reality is a network of meanings, connections, and stories. We do not live in a static world. We live in a world of meanings that we and others create. When these meanings are read automatically, they turn into invisible paths along which life travels. But if you learn to see the nodes and connections, you can reprogram them. Meanings are made at the boundary of fact and interpretation. A fact is an event. You were fired, your loved one left. An earthquake occurred. Interpretation is the story you prepare about the event. I am a failure. The world is cruel. I am doomed. Interpretations are often fed by old fears and established rules. The role of awakening is to separate fact from interpretation, and to choose interpretations that serve life, not just satisfy the habit of drama. Write down unpleasant events and separate them. On the left, facts: what happened. On the right, interpretations: what I think about the event. Evaluate each interpretation. Does it help you act constructively? If not, carefully try to reformulate it into a supportive, truthful alternative. Awakening is not a one-time flash, but a process. It is both discipline and art. Below is a basic arsenal of tools used by those who have reclaimed their remote. 1. Attention. What you look at grows. Attention practices, meditation, focused walking, digital detox, train the ability to choose the object of perception. 2. Language. Reformulating events changes their emotional load. I am failing and I received feedback from which I am learning a different worlds. Conscious speech forms a new remote. 3. Ritual. Clearly repeated actions give structure and power to intention. A morning ritual, an evening ritual, a decision-making ritual, all help stabilize conscious choice. 4. Social filter. Your environment forms your map of reality. Choose people who stimulate growth, do not support constant fear, and do not feed the usual myths about the impossibility of change. 5. Practical reflection. Keeping a journal, reviewing goals, event retrospectives, all this helps to see progress and adjust the course. Exercise. Assemble your arsenal. Make a list of practices available to you right now. Choose 3 that you can do daily. Set measurable intentions. What exactly, at what time, how many times a week? Inside each person there are many voices: fear, reason, desire, habit, instinct. Often they argue, and reality is formed from their compromises. The problem is that many voices are not your own, but inherited. Learning to listen to the voices means learning to make them dialogue. Imagine an internal council. The elder voice is responsible for safety, the younger one for play, the pragmatist for the budget, the romantic for meaning. Open a meeting. Let each one speak, then ask each. What is your goal? What risks do you see? What are you willing to concede? Often a constructive dialogue reduces the power of fear and increases the chances of a conscious decision. Exercise internal counsel. Take 20 minutes. Write down a conversation between 3 internal voices. Don't rush. Give them time to formulate their arguments. Then propose a compromise plan that takes into account the most important needs of each. Remotes can be large and small. Large remotes are choices of life branches, career change, moving, relationships. Small ones are decisions made daily. Which notification to answer first, which movie to choose, whether to continue a conversation on social media. Often we expect that big decisions will solve everything, but in fact, power turns in the small things, in which habits you have rooted. It is important to learn to connect small rituals with big goals. Then the remote won't float away, because the small buttons will ensure course stability. Example: if the goal is to strengthen health, big decisions are switching to another profession to reduce stress. Small ones are daily 20 minutes of movement. Sleep on a certain schedule, avoiding screens late at night. Exercise. Map of remotes. Draw 2 columns. Large remotes, big decisions, small remotes, daily actions. For each item, write how it supports your main goal. Start with the small ones. They are easier to control, and they are the ones that form the habits that will one day allow you to take a bold step. When you start changing perception, the world responds, not always welcomingly. Those who are used to managing the plot do not like changes. You may encounter resistance from family, colleagues, the media. This is the very field of invisible battle, not a physical confrontation, but a struggle for interpretations, for the attention of others, for the legitimization of your meanings. The strategy here is not to fight by others' rules, but to set clear boundaries and offer alternatives. Sometimes it is enough to say no to the noise and yes to your own ritual. Sometimes you need to build communication. Explain the reasons for the changes, propose new formats of interaction. Sometimes, to leave an environment that systematically undermines attempts at change. Exercise resistance plan. Describe what resistance you expect when trying to change a key element of your life. Write down possible reactions and prepare phrases, strategies of isolation or negotiation. A pre-thought-out plan reduces the possibility of giving up under pressure. The body as an antenna of reality. The psyche and body are inseparable. You can change the perception of the world through working with the body. Breathing, posture, movement, sleep. The body stores habits and emotions. Through bodily practices you can quickly shift the state and thereby influence interpretations. Simple but powerful practices. Breathing 4-6-8, inhale 4, hold 6, exhale 8, quickly reduces anxiety. Morning movement. 1015 minutes of stretching and cardio to set the tone for the day. Sleep ritual. Turning off screens an hour before, warm shower, book or writing down gratitudes. Exercise state anchor. Choose a short ritual, breathing plus 2 minutes of stretching, that you will do when transitioning into work mode. Do it daily at the same time for 2 weeks. Test how much faster you enter a state of productivity. Techniques for protection from mass myths. Mass myths are simple stories that spread easily and often cause harm. Success is speed, you must always be available. Failures are a sign of weakness. You can protect yourself from them by applying a critical filter, checking sources, searching for opposite examples, analyzing the benefits for the promoter of the idea. Anti-myth strategy. Formulate the myth in 1 sentence. Find 3 counterexamples from life, people's stories, research. Write down what benefits the myth brings to those who broadcast it. Formulate a realistic alternative. Exercise Mythbuster. Choose one popular myth in your environment. Go through the anti-myth strategy. Then suddenly apply the alternative in a small experiment. For example, a week of slow success. Focus on quality, not speed. The art of formulating meanings. Reality changes not only from actions, but from the language used to describe it. When you intentionally formulate meanings, you create signals for yourself and others. Honesty and clarity are important. Formulate not abstract goals, but concrete signals of behavior and criteria for success. The formula for meaning formulation. What I want. Concretely. Why it is important. Personal meaning. How it will be visible that the goal is achieved. Behavioral metric. Exercise weekly manifesto. Compose a brief manifesto for the next week. 1 main goal, 3 behaviors, 2 rituals, a success metric. Hang it in a visible place and read it in the morning. People who reclaimed their remote stories are a powerful resource for faith. Below are 3 condensed cases, fictional but realistic, that illustrate different paths. Elena, manager, 38 years old. Problem: chronic stress and a feeling of years lived on autopilot. Plan: 30-minute morning ritual, a week without social media, weekly conversation with a coach. Result after 3 months: clearer separation of work, personal life, reduced anxiety, plan to change role in the company. Ilya, freelancer, 27 years old. Problem: constant income fluctuations and self-doubt. Plan: contract with the future, financial goal for the year, creating a reserve fund, daily practice of a small victory, complete 1 task per day. Result: income stability, growth in confidence, offer of a permanent project. Maria, mother on maternity leave, 33 years old. Problem: loss of own identity. Plan: return small scenes, an hour a week for a hobby, a local interest group, rewriting her own story. Result: regain sense of meaning, new social connections, plan for professional return. Exercise: your own case. Describe your situation using the form. problem, plan, 3 points, metric, expectations in 3 months. Start with one small, achievable thing. Personal broadcasting station. A set of rituals and rules when you consciously build your environment, rituals, and communications. You create a personal broadcasting station. This is a set of elements that helps you maintain the chosen channel of reality. Components of a station, modes, and rituals of the day, morning, work, evening. Environment, physical space, cleanliness, accessibility of tools. Communication rules, when to answer messages, what tone to use, what topics are closed. Supportive people, accountability partner, mentor, support group. Feedback system, weekly review, metrics, journal. Exercise, building a station, describe your broadcasting station. Write out the rituals of the day, fix the communication rules. And choose one person who will check the implementation of the plan once a week. Ethics of owning the remote. To own the remote is to influence, and influence carries responsibility. It is important to ask yourself questions. Am I imposing my version of reality on others? Am I using my attention for manipulation? An ethical course is honesty with yourself and respect for the autonomy of others. Practice of ethics, transparency, speak clearly about your motives. Consent. Ask people when you want to change a shared scenario. Retrospective. Regularly assess the consequences of your changes for others. Ethical check before a major change in your life. Answer 3 questions. What could be the harm? How to minimize it? Am I willing to take responsibility for the consequences? Maintaining the course. How not to lose the remote in the long saga of temptations and fatigue. It is easy to return to old patterns. Maintaining the course is about small systems. Reminders, accountability partners, reward rituals, regular reviews. A simple maintenance cycle. 1. Plan. Week per month. 2. Action. Daily rituals. 3. Feedback. Weekly review. 4. Correction. Small changes. 5. Reward. Celebrate progress. Exercise 19. Control calendar. Create a calendar with 3 items for the week. Ritual, check, reflection. Put check marks and reward yourself for continuity. The threshold of transformation. The threshold of transformation is the moment when the totality of small changes ceases to be fragments and turns into a new configuration of life. It is usually reached not by one decision, but by sustained practice. An important thought. Waiting for a lightning-fast effect is usually useless, but waiting too long is also. A balanced approach, discipline plus patience plus flexibility. The final step before the threshold. Confirm the foundation. Sleep, food, security. Minimize external hooks. Increase the frequency of resilience rituals. Double down for 2 weeks. Ask for external verification. Someone who will honestly say if they have seen the changes. Threshold experiment. Choose 2 weeks during which you honestly intensify your practice. Morning, attention, ritual before work. At the end of 2 weeks, make a record. What has become different? What remained the same? What steps are needed to enter the next level? Theory without practice is dead. Here is your daily arsenal. Train these muscles as you would train your body in the gym. 1. Morning pages. First thing after waking up, take a pen and notebook and pour out onto paper everything that comes to mind. Fears, resentments, stupid thoughts, plans. This is not a diary. This is clearing the sewer pipes of your consciousness. You free up RAM for new, clean energy. 2. Meditation, visualization, cinema. Close your eyes. Relax. Imagine that you are in your personal cinema. The screen is a black canvas. Now start playing your ideal day. Not as a passive observer, but from the first person. feel everything. How you shake a new partner's hand. How you receive payment. How you hug your loved ones. Give your brain the command. Remember this state. This is my new reality. 3. Mirror practice. Go to the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. And say your name. I love you and accept you exactly as you are. I am the powerful creator of my reality. Miracles happen to me today. At first it will be awkward. The inner critic will laugh. But do it. You are restoring the connection with yourself. 4. Evening of gratitude. Before going to bed, take the same notebook and write down 10 things you are grateful for from the past day. Even if the day was terrible. I am grateful for the roof over my head. I am grateful for the food. I am grateful for the lesson I received. Gratitude is the prayer that the universe hears best. Chapter 14. When the world resists. How to stay in the flow amid chaos. You've tuned in, you're in the flow, you're vibrating high. And suddenly, the world crashes a wave of negativity onto you. Traffic jams, quarrels, bad news, toxic people. A low vibration environment tries to capture you. What to do? Don't fight. Don't run away. Use the golden cocoon technique. Imagine that a golden, shining field appears around you. It is permeable to love and light, but impenetrable to low vibrations. Through it, as through a filter, anger, aggression, and other people's negativity cannot pass. You see what is happening, but you are protected from it. You are in your cocoon. Inside it is your world, your frequency, your harmony. You cannot change the whole world, but you can create your own impenetrable reality right inside it. And then, as Gandalf said, not all those who wander are lost. You can walk through chaos, remaining in your center, in your power. Chapter 15. You are the Aragorn of your life. Accepting the crown. Remember the story of Aragorn. He was the heir of kings, but for a long time he wandered under the name Strider, not daring to accept his heritage. Many of us are Aragorns, refusing our crown. Our power. It is time to put it on. You have walked the path. You learned about vibrations. You fought the inner enemy. You applied the practices. You understood the power of the heart. Now only the last step remains. To recognize yourself for who you truly are. The Creator. This is not pride. It is responsibility. It is the state of I am. Not I want to be happy, but I am happy. Not I hope for success, but I am successful. Not I am looking for love, but I am love. One morning, Alex looked in the mirror and said this. Not as an affirmation, as a statement of fact. I am a successful business owner, bringing joy to people. At that moment, something clicked. The inner struggle ceased. He stopped becoming. He started being. And his external world finally adjusted. The proposals he used to search for started coming on their own. People began to treat him as an established expert. He did not ask the universe. He declared his status, and the universe respectfully bowed its head. Yes, my lord. As you wish. Epilogue. The road goes ever on and on. And so, the saga of our Alex has come to an end. But yours is just beginning. You have received not just knowledge. You have received a map and its legend. Remember. 1. You are energy. Mighty and creative. 2. Your thoughts and feelings are your remote control for reality. 3. Your heart is the main transmitter. Love and gratitude are your nuclear fuel. 4. You are the director. You can change the scenery and write a new script at any moment. 5. You are the king. Accept your crown and rule your life with wisdom and love. This road, as Bilbo sang, goes ever on and on. It does not end. Every day is a new step, A new choice of frequency. Sometimes you will slip. Sometimes old fears will overwhelm you. That's normal. It is part of the journey. The main thing is to know that the remote is always in your hands. You can always retune. You can always return to your wave. The wave of strength, love, and abundance. The world has changed. You feel it in the water. You feel it in the earth. You sense it in the air. The old era has ended. Thus began the fourth age, your age. The age where you are the master of your destiny. Lights. Camera. Action. Your movie has begun. Go and create your masterpiece.